Hey, what's up? So, lesson I learned from this movie: manage and curate your expectations, because if you don't, disappointment will just be waiting for you in that corner, and they will slap the living crap out of your expectations. And by the way, if I was to give this movie out of 5, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. It's not my expectation would have given it a 5. My expectation would have just given it a 5 out of 5. But I learned my lesson. Now, why do I keep talking about expectations? This is coming from John Watt, starring George Clooney and Bratt Pitt. So you have the director of the first 3 Spider-Man movies. Not the first, the last 3 Spider-Man movies. Big hit, funny movies, feel-good movies, right? A very good director. And then you have 2 of the biggest main actors in the world, like A-star actors. You have Brad Pitt, you have George Clooney. What do you expect? You expect a mind-blowing, a 5 out of 5. And like yourself, I expected a 5 out of 5. Wow. And this is coming from Apple. So you know the money is there. They're going to like dish out a blank check and go like, yo, make whatever you want to make. We're ready to fund it. Oh my goodness. Was I disappointed? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because I had such high expectation for this particular film. But here we are. Now, the noise that is coming from whatever it's coming from, there's someone trying to create something. There's someone repairing something. So bear with me, bear with the noise. Anyway, as I was saying, I went in thinking that this is going to be, I mean, the first look, we got to see them in leather jackets, and I expected this to be, you know, mind-blowing action set pieces, things blowing up in slow-mo, you know, fantastic gun work. No, it's not that. Yeah, this is a story. Now, let me give you the synopsis. This follows Brad Pitt and George Clooney as the fixers. They are people who come in when you mess up. They come in and clean your mess up. They come in and just clean your mess and try to make everything look the way it was supposed to look. Now, there's a politician who's trying to hook up with the young guy, and then the young guy dies. And so she calls who? She calls George Clooney, because she was given his contact by someone else. And so George Clooney comes in to clean the mess, because the dude is dead. And now, because she's supposed to be corruption free, and if people find out that she was hooking up with this dude and whatever happened, that will put her in trouble. So she calls in George Clooney to come and clean up the mess. And so as George Clooney comes in, the owner of the hotel has been monitoring that politician, because there are cameras in the hotel. And so the owner also calls her own cleaner, who is Brad Pitt. Now, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, they don't like each other. And so the story now follows them as they try to solve a particular mystery, because this is not spoilerish, because they discover that the young boy that they were supposed to, the kid, actually it's called the kid that they were supposed to actually get rid of, is not actually dead. And there is more to that particular setting than they actually expected. There is more to it than what they thought it was going to be. And so now the events of whatever happens within one evening, and it follows the two as they try to, you know, it's that classic story of 2 people who don't like each other trying to coexist because they are put in a situation that they are not in control of. And so they try to coordinate and try to now solve this mystery of this guy and whatever he had. I'm not going to spoil it for you. And so yeah, going in, me I expected an action-filled, non-stop movie. You know, I expected a high-octane action movie. This is not that. Yeah, this is this is a campy comedy, man. It doesn't take itself seriously. Literally, George Clooney and Brad Pitt. If you've seen Ocean 11, if you've seen any Ocean movie, because George Clooney and Brad Pitt are in that movie, it's those characters in this movie, only slightly older, because they play much older fixers. You know, they're struggling. They need glasses. You know, they're kind of older. They're kind of more mature. And so those are the kind of people that we're following in this movie. But it's just classic George Clooney. It's classic Brad Pitt. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's just it's an easy Sunday afternoon movie. So when going into this, I need to warn you, if you haven't seen the movie, if you see it somewhere, go into it, but just be clear that this is not an action movie. This is not a high octane action movie. Yeah, there are good action set pieces. There are bad guys who feel like bad guys from an action movie. So, so this is just a story. This is not a serious movie. This is not a serious high octane movie. This is a story about a group of friends who just don't like each other. They're not actually friends. They're people who don't like each other, just forced to do something that they don't want to do with this extra character. And yeah, the cinematography is awesome, shot very well, edited very well, and directed also very, very well for what it is. Once you stop thinking in terms of a high budget action movie, it works. It works for what it is, a comedy. You know, a laid back Sunday afternoon comedy. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios. And remember, with this movie, lower your expectations.